Hey there, happy Wednesday. Super excited to be coming to you from back in Bend, Oregon. What an incredible week we've had. Janice and I landed Wednesday night just exactly a week ago. And from our Switzerland trip, we are still trying to put together a lot of those pictures and videos into a more of a enjoyable format and one that we can remember for a long time. So that'll be coming. But this video is just a quick update on the week. Hope your week has gone well. Like I said, I didn't say, but I want to say, I've been thinking a lot about stewardship, and especially as it relates to our places where we abide, where we live. And that's, and just taking dominion. You know, Genesis, it talks about be fruitful, multiply, subdue, fill, take dominion. You know, God, I think, put us on earth, I know, put us on earth to steward things and to take care of things. And this week, we went up to Dufur, Oregon, and which is where we had a farm for almost 7 years, a little over 6 years, I guess, and from about 2009 to 2015. And we drove by the old place, the 55 acres that we used to live. And I want to tell you, it was very interesting to look at that property through the test of time. We had put in an orchard, 144 fruit trees. I think like 6 or 7 of them are still bearing fruit and are healthy. And the rest have been in ill repair. And the garden area is now just one big area of weeds. The pond, which had really clear borders and was just full of clean, fresh water, is just turned into kind of a swampy bog. And it's heartbreaking when you see things that you care about not cared for. And then it was so cool to see it contrasted, because we went up to the Stelzers farm, the people who we know and love, our dear friends, the Stelzers, who own Azure Standard, and they were doing a big harvest festival. And it was so cool to go onto that property. We hadn't been there in a while, and to see all the improvements, see all the beauty, to see their 15,000 trees in that one orchard that's there on the main property there, and to see it looked like every one of those trees just loaded with fruit and being cared for and being loved on. And then to see all the improvements of the facilities, their lawns and the gardens and it was the exact opposite. It was like, not only is it a much bigger property and much more to do and much more work, and of course, they have a wonderful family team that's working and making it that way. But it was just so cool to see the stewardship applied and contrasted so dramatically between two different properties and over time. And we've left there in 2015, so I guess it's been 10 years. And it was just massive, the improvements that we saw there at the farm. I also want to say it was just so cool to listen to speakers that I knew. It's weird. There were 3 speakers there, and I mentioned them: Jeremy Pryor, David Stelzer, and Joe Soliton. I've been to Joe Soliton's Polyface farm back there in Virginia, walked in, found him working on his farm, saw his cattle, saw his chickens, saw the way he stewards his land and walks his walk, and has been doing so for decades. And then to hear someone like that get up and speak, their words have so much weight to me. They're so valuable. And the same with David and David Stelzer and Zach, who shared there. Just so cool to see them share. These are people who are they're not selling something. They're not flash. They're not shiny object people. They're the real deal. And they walk out the things they believe and the things they teach. And I love people like that. Like the roots go so deep and the fruit is so sweet and the wisdom is so real and it's so practical and it's so applicable because it's time-tested and it's true. And I just contrasted so much noise being blared out over the airways that just isn't so. Jeremy Pryor is another one. It was so fun to meet 2 of his daughters and to see him in April again, but to talk to his daughters and again, hear the inside scoop on people that you know are living out what they're espousing. Anyways, some other great wins for the week, but just being at Devin and Chase's wedding, to see the way God is just taking 2 young people who are so dear and precious and just building a new family, starting a new thing that I have utmost confidence is going to build beautiful fruit. It's going to be life-giving to not only them and their children, but to the people around them. And to see God's goodness in that, how he takes each one of us, no matter where we're from or what our difficulties or what our past, and he makes all things new and he redeems us. And then he gives us this new life, this new hope and new vision. And that was so represented there at their wedding. Anyways, many other things I could say, but I just hope today you're stewarding what's in your care with all sorts of, I'm sitting here, I'm talking about stewarding. I wasn't going to do this, but my wife, she is just taking over every little piece of this property, and just bit by bit, making it gorgeous, making it beautiful. And I just, anyways, let's do that in our homes, in our lives, in our spaces, and create these things that give glory to God and bring life to others around us. And then if you're a speaker or if you're a communicator, I just so want my roots to be deep, and whatever I share, whatever I'm communicating, for it to come from a place of authentic living it out in a way that people that hear me or people that hear you, they can taste it, they can feel it, they can know that it's genuine and it's real, and it's based on true wisdom, not in timeless biblical truth, not just the fads and trends of a passing fanciful moment. Anyways, God bless you. Hope you're doing awesome. Make it a great week. Love y'all.